John Boyega, how you doing, mate?
How you doing, man? I'm all right.
I'll tell you what, this film Breaking, I made a feature about it in some an entertainment feature a few months back when it came out in the US. And I thought, I hadn't seen the film, I'd just seen the trailer and some interviews and stuff. And I thought it looks like a really interesting story. And I was really glad to see that it's coming over here, got a chance to see it, other people get a chance to see it. But I'm going to start with you, mate. How is life? How is life at the moment? I mean, you're running a production company, you're in and out, finding new and interesting roles. You seem like a man who's had a lot on his plate in the last couple of years, but a guy who's kind of taking things in his stride. You seem pretty relaxed with it all. So how is life?
Yeah, life is good, man. Family is good. I've been spending a lot of time with family, which, as you know, rejuvenates you for what you want to do work-wise and stuff. So I'm still in that in-between spot where I'm doing a little bit of press, but I'm still in rest mode. Just taking time to myself, planning for a shoot in the next few months and just, relaxing and chilling.
Nice, man. I mean,
so life is good, man. I can't complain, mate.
Taking on the kind of the production company side, you're executing projects as well as, I guess, you're always looking at what stories interest you, not only behind the camera and in front as well. What's kind of putting a spring in your step at the moment? What's getting you out of bed in the morning with kind of, excitement, vim and vigor for the day? What's exciting John Boyega?
I think it's just the development process and finding new directors, writers to collaborate with. Spending time with family again keeps me up. And then I think recently I've had a good burst of feedback from the projects that I've had out, like with Dawn and King and obviously now with Breaking. And that's been quite motivational in terms of okay, cool. I know I'm all right, aren't I? So let me try and just discover and explore new roles. So that's keeping me motivated and agile for this.
It's always nice to have. I think last year there was all the Emmy stuff, the fantastic stuff you did with Steve McQueen and the Small Axe, and this year you've got the Woman King. People have been loving that. It's always nice to have that little kind of every year on a little thing. We're like, we're doing all right. We're doing it. We're on the track.
I think I've been tapping in and tapping out with some good ones. So I'm just excited to just continue that process.
Mate, this story is. I don't want to give too much away. It's kind of like a sort of almost a vibe of Fruitvale Station from a few years back. Really powerful, really hard hitting, really well put together. It's the kind of Brian Brown Easley is a character, and it's a story that stays with you as an audience member. How long did he stay with you as an actor, as a performer, as someone getting into that mindset? I can imagine it was something quite a long process.
Yeah, it definitely could have been a long process, but because of the circumstance of this, that was kind of shrunk down to 2 weeks to prepare for it. The reason being, as an indie, we have things that go up and down, scheduling, all this kind of stuff. So we found ourselves in a circumstance to where I had to kind of hit the ground running. But that's why you have to have an amazing director, and I did have that in Abby, and she came through for me with the research, with notes, with rehearsal time. So that kind of boot camp for Brian really, really helped in terms of informing me for the performance.
That's incredible to know that you only had a couple of weeks to get this down. Because in my opinion, I think this is your most kind of powerful, even your most powerful performance on screen so far. You always have a lot of charisma. We've seen you do comedy, we've seen you do drama, we've seen you do mix of the two. But this was something, I don't know, it felt different to me. I don't know if that was just because of the experience I had watching it as an individual, but it felt something very, very unique. I don't know if it felt like that for you. I know since the Star Wars movies, you seem like an actor that wants to get control of the stories that he tells and how he tells them. And this felt like a perfect vehicle for you there. Did this feel almost more close to the heart in a way as a project, or was it really so quick that you didn't have time to really embed yourself in it that way?
It's definitely a combination of things. I think with choosing and being in a space now when I can choose projects individually rather than being in kind of a mega contract that kind of ties in narratives, it gives you much more perspective on what you actually want to be involved in, and then essentially gives you much control to decide. And I think that it's just me leaning more into versatility after being seen in a franchise for a long time as the same role. So while I have the time now and the grace to be able to do it, I've just been trying to go for more of a variety of projects that just show range. and then work through it from there. But it's they're all close to my heart as long as they kind of tie to that mission.
And mate, we sadly don't have much time left, but very, very lastly, just to kind of shout out to the great work of Michael K. Williams. I thought it was appropriate that an actor of his kind of stature was able to kind of, one of his final roles to be a movie with this kind of message and a movie with this kind of heart and a performance of this kind of heart. I know you guys didn't work on camera so much together, but the story of the both of you in this movie really drives it forward. Just as an experience for yourself as a storyteller, that must have felt like a bit of a privilege in a way.
Yeah, it was great. And also, you know, we had a rule where people came on set to read the off lines when we were on the phones. So we had that connect, obviously, off camera, which was fantastic. And also it just speaks to a level of dedication that was required and talent coming from Michael. He did not have to do our project and took time out to come up and share his dream with us and to share his energy. And that for us was a big deal for our movie, especially getting it on his feet. So we will always appreciate that. It's just so tragic that the timing was kind of panned out that way.
Of course. Well, I really enjoyed it, mate. I thought it was really powerful stuff. I think everything you do is really, really kind of well thought out and really well performed, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Mate. Fingers crossed, Attack the Block 2. I would like to see a bit of that. You and Connor getting back together, man. That was gold dust that you wanna find out again. Mate, I hope you have a fantastic 2023. And hopefully I'll catch you on the next one, man.
All right. Appreciate you. Take care.
See you later, bud.